Hello, a very good afternoon to you wherever you are. This is your very own Betty Kimble of Nature's Genesis, and today, like I promised, we are yet to make our beautiful whipped butter, and specifically shea butter. I've got all the surfaces and everything here clean. I always make sure that I go for my 99.9% isopropyl alcohol when it comes to me sanitizing my work surface. If you want to go by the 70%, but hey, if you can get hold of 99.9, I think go for that one, 99.9. So let's get started. So I've got my shea butter, and this is the carrot oil that we made out of the grapeseed oil and carrot oil. I love using some very beautiful oil, which is the argan oil, and I've got some spots on my face, so I had to order this from Aromantic, and it's very good. Over here I have my vitamin A that I am also going to use. Now, someone might say, is it all about shea butter? No, there are lots of butters. We have cocoa butter, we have olive butter, we have Okuba butter, we have Elip butter, we have Mora butter. There are lots of butters, and you can even make mixed butters. You can have shea cocoa or shea mango butter. You know, you can have something, but you always have to do your research well. All you have to do is go on the internet, research about that or butter, the benefits of it to the skin. Is it what you need now or anything? And then you can come here. Again, we do get people saying, how come my whipped butter is not stable at all? Even after you finish making it, it kind of look a bit squishy and as if it's melting. The fact that, yeah, you research loads or research more into carrier oils doesn't mean that you have to flood your butter with loads of carrier oils. Remember, the more oil you add, the softer the texture anyway, because you're gonna put this under a whisk, and then your speed and time, so the speed and duration of whisking also counts. The more you whisk, the more it becomes soft, the more fluffier it is, the larger the surface area, and easily a reaction or something can take place. So when your butter is exposed to a little temperature, come on, already you've broken lots of the bonds for it, so it easily melts. So bear in mind, use less than use more. So if you want to have all these ingredients here, you don't need to pour all this because you say, hey, I've got that available. A little goes a long way. So I'm not going to bore you with my long video because we're going to start whisking. And if you are using any butter which is a bit harder than the shea, using a double boiler, you can melt down that butter just at the point of it solidifying. You just scoop it, add it to the shea butter, and then you try to continue with your whisking. So any additives, one thing you have to know is the fact that you know about vitamin C doesn't mean you have to bring your vitamin C in your butter. This is an anhydrous product. This is what a product that doesn't contain water. So anything you add to it must be oil soluble, must be able to dissolve in the oil. Vitamin C is very good when it's being dissolved in water. People go like, can I add glycerin? If you want to add glycerin, glycerin is not going to mix well, but you will have a fluffy texture. I always tell people, anytime you bring in a water-soluble ingredient into butter, do not forget to add a solubilizer or an emulsifier, because water-based and oil, basically water and oil, cannot mix. It needs an emulsifier to let it mix properly. So research well into your ingredients, get to know the solubility. Is it water soluble? Is it oil soluble? The product or whatever you're making, is it a combination of oil and water? If it is so, you're going to think of an emulsifier. If it's not, but you still want to have a water content in your kind of thing, think of an emulsifier. All right, so that is it. So we're going to start this at a low speed. Okay, so welcome back here, and this is where the whisking begins. So I don't know the type of whisk you're using, but all I know is it comes in like level of speed. So we're starting with 2. I'm just gonna add few of this carrot oil. So you can do like 1 tablespoon of carrot oil, and then a teaspoon or something of argan oil. Remember, you don't want to flood it with all this oil. That is going to make your shea butter very soft texture. And this is what I really want to use. So that is my vitamin A, and I'm going to have about 10 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a bit more, but that's what I want. And that is this is for my spots, and so that goes in here as well. So if you have any additives, you always have to, from the supplier where you're getting that from, they always tell you the minimum or like the percentage dose you can use, because sometimes some of these additives in this small bottle are very concentrated and you only need a little. So now that I've got all the stuff that I want in here, I am now gonna, all I'm gonna do now is whisk to a texture that I desire or I want. So at this point, if you have a fragrance or essential oil of your choice, you can add that in and then blend it as well. I am basically for a fragrance-free product for myself and my baby. So this is what you do. So if you want a fragrance, you can add that in. And like I said, always remember to research into your dermal limits, because it's not all essential oils that you can just add in adequate because you think it smells so good. So this is now very soft. So now we've got the texture that we want. All we have to do next is, in a well sanitized container, you're going to transfer everything into this and make sure you've got the name of the product and the date of production. Why is this so important? You want to do a stability testing. You want to see how is the consistency. Did it change color? Is the texture still same? What happened? You need to make records. Have something called your formulation journal. So thank you, and stay tuned. Next week or 2, it's going to be how to make my moringa oil. But this time, we're going to make something extraordinary with that. Stay.